Hey guys, Ryno Bones here with a quick unboxing and review thing. Today I've got the JoyUsing V500S. This is a document camera meant for teachers on a budget. Full disclosure, the company did send me this to do a video review, but all of the opinions that I will be expressing in this video are my own, and it has not been previewed by the company before posting to YouTube. So hey, there you go. Fully sponsored video. As usual, I've had the package for a while, but I have put it back in the box just to give you the full unboxing experience. So yeah, here we go. We got an image of the camera itself, high-speed HD, we've got split screen, which is pretty cool. We've got image freeze and real-time annotation. So all of those things are built into the software, which we will be getting into in just a few moments. First thing out of the box, we do have an overview paper and some software on an actual CD, which is pretty cool because I know a lot of teachers are working in a school where you actually have a computer that needs a CD to get some stuff done. And plus, websites can be blocked sometimes, and maybe it's just difficult to find it. Next thing out of the box is a very lengthy mini USB cable. Next thing out of the box before the camera is this roll-up here. This is actually a mat you can put down to show exactly where you're going to be showing the picture from. It's got this handy square here, shows where you put the base up at the top, and yeah, if you're going to be doing any scanning of books, this is a good thing to use. Last thing out of the box is the actual document camera. It has a fairly unique design. The base here is very, very weighted. We've got USB on the back, and we've got our light button on the top. It does snap into different positions, and it comes out like that. Top here can be rotated in all the different directions. Right here, we do have one USB light, we've got a microphone, we've got the 8 megapixel camera, and right here we have another light strip. Now this thing is designed in such a way that it can be put in several different positions, including this position, which would be if you were using this as a webcam, which I'm probably going to be doing quite a bit of. In fact, in the video, in just a couple of minutes, I'm going to test that functionality out. Let's take a look here at the software. This is the JoyUsing visualizer software. Over here on the left-hand side, we've got a few different buttons. When you are taking photographs or doing videos here, you can select them all, deselect them, import different files that you can use within the app, etc. It is important to note that once you've recorded a video or once you have taken a picture, you need to go in there and you need to save it, because it's not actually saved onto your hard drive unless you save it from the software. Very important thing to note. So starting from left to right, we do have our focus and exposure here. You can adjust the focus to zoom in a little bit more. It is set to automatic right now. Let me change that. So you can focus on however far away or however close it is. The automatic actually does a really great job, so I'm just going to keep it at automatic. Exposure, of course, I've got this set to automatic, and it also does a pretty good job. Watch when I take my hand away. Brightens up the rest of the image. When I put my bright white hand down, it darkens it back up and kind of keeps everything looking normal. Next button here, you've got the different resolutions that you can choose from. I've got it, of course, at 1920 by 1080. You can also go up to 4K. We've got a freeze button. Works pretty well. We've got brightness and contrast here. So yeah, contrast, brightness, and we've got saturation settings, so you can make it look a little bit more red, a little bit more blue. However it looks good to you, you can do it right there. Next button here is called automatic edging. It's actually pretty cool. Let's check this out. Move my mouse out of the way. Whenever you put something under the document camera here, it recognizes the exact size. So when you are taking a photo or something, it will just take a photo of that particular spot. It's pretty neat. Speaking of taking photos, it's this button right here. You can see the image is just what was selected there. That's pretty neat. Next button here is the picture-in-picture mode right here. It does have a little button so you can click it and turn on a webcam. When I'm using OBS or something, I often have my webcam up in the little corner, and I've got my document camera on the main portion of the screen. This right here does it for you, so yeah, it works really well if you are doing a presentation, if you're doing a recording. This does it all right here in this software without any additional software needed. Next button here is the split screen. You can see it pulled up the image that I took before. If you've got other images there off to the side, you'll be able to go through and select whichever one you want to use. In the case of a classroom or something, you might have the original worksheet saved over there and use this area here to actually do the work on. That way you aren't actually messing up the original document and you've got all this area to work. That's a pretty neat feature as well. Next button here is the snapshot tool. You've got several different options. You can do default screen capture, partial screen capture, timing, and a time lapse, which is really pretty cool, especially if you're doing something like a piece of artwork and you only want to take a picture about every 30 seconds just to show the process. You don't want to do a real video for it. That right there comes up with some really great time lapses, and they're pretty impressive. Next button here is the video recording button. You push the play here in the center. You select the different size here. I'm going to go ahead and do a full screen. I'm going to click record and let's test out what it looks like when you are actually doing some writing. Do a double click here and it goes full screen. And we begin. Yeah, so that's the writing experience. That's what it would look like under the camera, and I think it's pretty cool. Come over here to the red numbers and click the stop button to end the video. The next button here is one of my favorite features, the OCR recognition. It works pretty well. I'm going to start by taking a snapshot of a flat document. I found that flat documents usually work the best. If you use something that's got a little bit of a curve to it, sometimes you do get some errors. So I'm going to go ahead and take a snapshot here. Shows up over here. I'm going to go ahead and select it. Click on the OCR button. On the OCR screen, you can do PDF, Word, Excel, or text. It also has several different languages that you can go through. I'm going to go ahead and just say it's going to be English. And let's click OCR Recognizing. Select how I want to save it. I'll go ahead and overwrite that file. You saw it took maybe 10 seconds, probably less. Let's open it up. Here's the scanned document. You can see it actually worked really, really well. There are no visible errors that I've been able to see. Yeah, you can select the words. I'm really impressed with this. If you're using a curved page, you don't get such great results, but if you are scanning in a completely flat page, it can do wonders. Over here on the right-hand side of the screen, we've got the usual tools. We've got a pen tool. There's a few more in there. I'll click this one last. We've got zoom in, or magnifier. We've got zoom in, zoom out. We've got undo. And we've got self-adapting, so it kind of shifts around to whatever you're supposed to be focusing on. Let's check out the pencil here. You can write directly on the screen. You can change how thick it is. You can change all the different colors. Whatever colors you've got on your system, it will be able to pick. And you can even change the opacity, so you can do it as sort of a highlighter. So let me highlight my fingernail there. Look at that. That's what I would look like if I had pink fingernails. And of course we've got the eraser tool, we've got shapes here, lines, circles, ellipses, we've got triangles, we've got rectangles and squares, and of course you can clear the whole screen. Back to the home button, takes you back to this right here. Let's check it out if I was going to use this as a webcam. This is the audio and video experience you would expect if you were using this document camera as a webcam. You can see here the colors are okay. My voice sounds pretty decent through the little tiny microphone over here. And of course the little tiny lens right here. You can select all sorts of different resolutions. Every one of them seems to work pretty good. It does seem to be a cap at about 30 frames per second. Can't go any higher than that. But really for using Zoom and Skype and Google Meet, you're not going to need 60 frames per second. 30 is going to be just fine. In fact, recording now at 1080p, that's probably overkill to use this as a webcam. As you guys probably know by now, I am a stickler when it comes to budget teacher tech. I'm not going to say this V500S far exceeds all of my expectations. In fact, for the price, I'd say this is probably number one. Right now, it's retailing for about $119. Check my description down here and you'll find a coupon code. You could possibly get this for $95 while supplies last. And for that price, this is a no-brainer. This is an absolute steal. What a bargain. Compared to the InSwan that I reviewed a while back, this has so many more features. It's like on a totally different plane of existence than the InSwan. I'm not saying the InSwan was bad. I still love it. But this thing's like a whole other beast. JoyUsing really stepped it up when they came up with this camera. The materials are nice and sturdy, there's very little creaking, the base is nice and thick, all the different pivot points and rotation points. I mean, you just can't usually find that sort of thing. 8 megapixel camera here, you can use this as a webcam. There's so many things that you can do with just this, using the basic camera app built into the Windows, that, yeah, that's some startlingly cool stuff. When you join this in with the software on your computer, you can do some amazing things. The OCR recognition there works flawlessly. I was super impressed with that. Using it on a flat page especially, I got no bad results. I've tested it for over a week now, and I have not come up with anything that didn't work, other than the curved pages in my little books. Hope you guys enjoyed watching the video as much as I enjoyed making it. The V500S here is absolutely fantastic. I will leave a link down in the description with that coupon code. And if you guys enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, and all that jazz. And I will see you guys later with hopefully some more really awesome teacher tech. Bye.